everyone, it's Kay from the Paper Shed. Hope you're all doing well today. Thank you for coming back to my channel. I'm here with another quick video on the 2024 Christmas Advent calendar for Junk Journal, Fix and Sunflower Indoors. It's the hashtag JJF 2024 Christmas Advent, and we're doing prompts on a daily basis. And today's prompt, which is the 14th, day 14, is create a notebook. So I went through the stash from my kits and I found some items that I possibly could make into a notebook. So I've got a mini file folder. I've got two little envelopes that I made up and out of file folders. I think that one was out of paper, but this one was out of a file folder. And then I've got two tags. Is this one joined together? Oh, that one's glued together. Can't use that then. So I've got another tag here, which is made in, it was just kept together on the page. So that can be made into a little booklet as well. I don't think I've got another one, but I'll have a look to see if I have or if I can do it. If not, we'll just stick with the three. I don't think I can actually. So, yeah, I must have glued it together thinking of something else. Yeah, and it's not going to be able to be pulled apart, but that would have made a cute little notepad. But anyway, we've got one, so we'll carry on and go with that. So I've got some items there, which I'm going to make some notebooks out of. So let's get started. We're going to need some different papers, scrap papers preferably, and whatever else that you normally use for little notelets. So I'm going to get those together and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back with some papers. I've actually had the video not working, so I carried on working and doing. I've managed to finish these before I realised that I hadn't actually videoed it. So my internet went off and I didn't realise. So I made these ones up already. So I've managed to get some other bits together. So we're just going to do a different. They are the same envelopes, same tags and same file folder. I just haven't got the tab on the file folder on this one, but we can go with it. So, and all I did was I just put different papers in and I've just done some different methods of doing that. So we'll go through that now. So what I want to do first though is I just want to put these envelopes together. So I want my flaps to be on the outside of my booklet. Now you can either do this with a piece of card. So you could put a piece of card down there and use it like you would a binder, or I'm just going to use a piece of picture tape. This is what do you call it? You know what they back pictures with when you buy a print, or you've got a picture of any sort, a framed picture. This is like a framing tape. And I found it good for this because it does stick quite well. I mean, you do really need a little bit of glue, but in this instance, because we're going to cover the spine, I'm not that worried. So I'm just going to go along and do that. So I want a bit that's going to go all the way round. So I want the front and the back of that done. So just take a bit of tape. Let me just move those out of the way. I'm going to take a little bit of tape and I'm going to pop that on there, half on and half off. And I'm just going to pop that there. I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to make sure my flap's on the outside, facing the right way. I'm going to leave about a 1/8 of an inch gap just so that we can, it's got a bend to it, level it up, and then I'm just going to bring those two pieces together and do it like that. And then we're just going to fold it in half, and then we're going to burnish that down and really concentrate on getting that tape on. Go in so that your pieces of tape stick together in that 1/8 of an inch gap, and there you've got your booklet all done, dusted and sorted. So there's that one, and I also need to do this one. And I'm probably going to just do it in the same way And all I've done with the insides of these, because they were white, I didn't bother with this one. But as I was going through, I thought, well, we'll just do a bit of dibby-dabbying on the inside just to give it a bit more of an interest. You could cover them, of course. You could reinforce them. So I'm just going to do this the same way, just for quickness, really. How did we put those ones on? Oh, they were just, yeah, okay. So we're just going to do the same thing again. And get your piece of tape, pop it on, half on, half off. And on this particular one, we're just going to have to be mindful that we've got a tab at the top of there. And then leave a small gap, just so that you've got enough bend in it. And then I'm going to have to just snip those ends around there. So that it will come down. We're going to cover it anyway. I'm just going around here. And I'm just going to bring that down to there. And I'm just going to bring that one up to there. A bit of tape there. Let me just cut that off. Make it a bit neater. There we go. Okie dokie. I'm going to just bend that in the middle and burnish that down. And make sure that they're equal. They were when we started. Slightly out. There we go. Okay, so we've got those two now fastened together. So all that leaves us to do is to find the papers to go inside. Now you can use anything for this, anything that you would normally use in your junk journals. I like to just use all my scraps up, and so we just need to find out whether we've got enough. Now I tend to do this with mine and just clip them together. Is that going to be big enough for that? No, it's not quite wide enough. So if you've got papers that are wide enough, I'm just putting these singular ones to one side because we'll do those in a slightly different way. Oh, that one might be okay. Go there. Okay, let's just get these singular ones already. I've got these singular ones here. There we go, nice, isn't it? And we'll see that's just the right size too. I'll fold those over and we'll also use those. So I want to cut these down, don't I now? So we want those to be, just get a mark of where you want those. I'm just going to tear them off though. I'm just going to ruler tear them. I don't want to be getting any stuff out. Okay. And then, so we've got the papers that go in that one. Then we've got a tag one here. They'll be wide enough. Oh, they could be wide enough. Yeah. Okay, so we've got those. And I just want to pop that at the top. Centralise it. Mark where you want to take those papers off. And then I'm just going to do the same with those and tear those off. Okay. just gonna need my scissors. I didn't want to get any equipment out. Yeah, just need to snip those corners. Just quickly do that. There we go. So we've got papers in that one. Now we just need papers in this one. So we've got, I think how did I fasten these ones in? Oh, they can be singular on the page because that's the way I wanted them. Okay, that's fine. And I think I'll just use these raggedy edge ones. Probably don't got enough of that, haven't we? Have we got anything that's wider? Well, I suppose it doesn't really matter, does it? I'll get a few of those in. And then what I want is to know where to cut that off. And hopefully we'll be able to get both sides of this one. Make it a bit more interesting. There we go. And we need it cutting down as well. So I'm going to push that to that side so I don't cut that off. Okay, don't mind a few little bits. And then we'll do the same on this side, I think. So we'll cut this side off. Okay, don't mind the raggedy edges. And all we're going to do with this one as a closure, as a fastener in, is we're just going to get the we're just going to staple it. So I'm just going to, there isn't really a right or wrong way up. So just check that you've got it all the way up the right way, or the way that you want it to go in. And then we're just going to attach those with staples. On that side, on that side. Same on the other side. I'm just going to pop that into there. Just going to put those in. Okay, and we've got a nice little booklet there. Then you can just decorate that up however you want to do that, to enhance that one. Then what we're going to do with these is we're going to need that. Have I got an eyelet? I've got an eyelet on the desk, just barely. So for this one, we're just going to pop that into there, wherever you want it, hold it. And I'm going to go through all of them if I can. So I'm just going to eyeball the centre and give that there. Oh, I want 2 eyelets, don't I? Have I got another one? Just can't pick these pesky things up. Right, so we're going to pop an eyelet into there and squeeze that. Okay. Don't worry if your pages move, it will move round just about, as long as you don't put too much in, obviously. And then we're just going to put an eyelet at the front as an extra one, because you can't put them all together, obviously, because it's a book. And there you have that one. Just all we need on there is a little cover over here. And you could use washi just to go over that. You could use fabric. You could use whatever you've got. And then for this one, we're actually going to sew it in. And I'll just do that with you. I would want to turn those pages up the right way. And I'm only eyeballing it. I'm going to get my pokey tool. And I'm just going to gauge where the middle is and just do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch on there. So a bit up from the bottom and a bit up from the top. So we've got our papers and our holes. I'm just going to line those back up with those, and then I'm just going to pop a paper clip on there, just to save you having to grip it so tight. So a quick tip, really, if you want your knot to be on the outside of your notelet or journal, then start from the outside. If you want your knot to be on the inside, then you start from the inside. It's just an easy tip to remember. And I'm going to do it on the outside because I'm going to cover the spine, and so it will have a better finish. So you go in through the middle, then up, then down, and then back through the middle, making sure that you don't catch any threads in that previous thread that was put there. Take your needle off. I've got too much thread there, so I'm just going to bring that down and bring that out. And then you want one thread on one side. Sorry, I'm talking with the needle in my mouth. One thread on one side, one thread on the other, and you're just going to knot it. So bring it as taut as you can, gently, without ripping your holes. Do your second knot and then snip that off. Snip that off and snip that off. Now alternatively, you can leave those as to put dangles on or something on them, which would be helpful if you wanted to add dangles to it. And then all we're going to do, I just want to pay for that as well. And then all we're going to do is I'm just going to take that paper clip off, and I'm just going to burnish that back down. I've actually put quite a few papers in there. Okay, and then you've got a nice little booklet there which you can decorate up. You've got 2 pockets either side because you've used envelopes. You could use a bit of Velcro dots to close those if you wanted to, depending on, you're not really going to be putting much in it. So you've got that you can embellish. You've got this one that you can embellish. Let's just stick a piece of, just going to pop that through the front. My tweezer's gone. Through the front of there, and pop a little on that. Little tip when you do this is pull your strands separately and it will be tighter. And then I'm just going to cut that off quite short. And then you can pop a piece of lace or something down the side of there. Have we got something handy that I can use? Okay, so we can pop a piece of lace on this, which is what I'm going to do anyway, to cover that up. That's going there. And then you could do exactly the same on here from that end there, which I think we'll do that as well while we're in the midst of it. Okay, so we're just going to get some Fabri-Tac, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit on there, put a little bit on the back. If you spread your glue when you're adding materials, then it won't seep through the material as much as before, as when you've got that on. Okay, so that's that one. Same on this one. I'm just going to pop a little bit on there, a little bit on here. I'm just going to squeeze that down. Not so much with lace, but if you were sticking that, for instance, if you spread it out, you won't see the glue seepage as much. Pop that And then pop that around that bit. Okay. Let's pop the lid on that before it starts bubbling. And there you've got 3 little booklets that you can decorate up however you want to. So you could make these up out of your remnants of stash, and leave them to embellish when when you find a project that you want them to go into, which I think is it's great. I mean, they're very quick and easy to do. You've got 3 different ways of attaching your papers there, and yeah, it's cool. I actually enjoy making these. They're quite quick, they're quite easy. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I think we've made some nice little ephemera bits there. You could make these up out of any of your kit papers, anything that's left over. You can, out of any job and any project that you're working with, and get them made up like this. It gets rid of your stash of papers, the inside papers, your scraps, and it also gets rid of the kit that you've been using. And I think it's a great idea to do. I love the way these things come out, and you can make them out of more or less anything. So, and you can attach them in lots of different ways, as you can see there. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.